Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. So we are in this little hamlet on our way to nearby ruins to loot them for all of the treasure, but we were told before we can go in that there are, I don't remember the term, underground people that we need to appease with a sacrifice before we can go in by this goatee. And I don't really want to offer a human sacrifice, but it occurred to me, it's been a few days since I last played, it occurs to me that in this particular map, there are two different thieves. There's the scoundrel who ran off with a weapon and armor, and then another thief who stole a family heirloom. We're supposed to catch both of them. I'm wondering if we could catch them and sacrifice them, therefore not having to sacrifice thralls or our own people. Because I have no problem particularly with sacrificing thieves that I would have to put down anyway, probably in a fight. So let's talk to him again and see if that's a possibility. Give me your token or you'll die. Let's try this. Hopefully, I'm hoping I can tell him that yes, I'm wanting to sacrifice someone, I'll go get them, or something. I guess I don't know the order. Do I need to catch someone, knock them out, and then come back? That would seem weird, just to leave a person lying on the ground unconscious and walk away. So I'm going to assume we talk to him first. Yes, let's do this. He smiles again. The gleam in his eyes tells you it's wow, I can't speak. He smiles again, and the gleam in his eyes tells you it's sincere. Very good. I shall gather the most faithful and prepare the altar. Bring your sacrifice to the pond in the forest, near where you arrived. We'll meet you there. Pond in the forest. Okay, we've seen... Right, we saw a spot over here that had an altar. I don't know, somewhere. I have to somehow bring a sacrifice to that altar. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, over here. There we are. Let's go back to our people, though. So yeah, we're planning the sacrifice now. We just have to figure out how to make that happen. I mean, worst case, I could give up thralls. I didn't look online to see if I could just sacrifice some of my new mercenaries. Because it feels like that'd be a really simple way to do it, because the mercenaries didn't actually cost me anything. So if I could just sacrifice them, run back to Reeb, and then just make some new ones. I feel a little bad sacrificing the mercenaries. We don't want to go too far. Let's see, where is... Oh, I didn't... Right, you gotta mark it. Is the one we're tracking. Okay, so we don't want to go too close to the tomb. Because I don't want to accidentally trigger them thinking that I'm just trying to raid the tomb without doing their sacrifice. Hello, people. The beautiful Blodruska. Ah. I didn't read what she said, it was too fast. Hello, random body. Let's not go any farther. I don't know how far the tomb spreads out. Just trying to be safe. I think the thief was somewhere not very far into this darkness. So hopefully we can find at least one of the thieves. The one we had marked, which I think was the thief in blue. With the heirloom. Not sure where the thief with the bodyguard thief with the weapon and armor. Sword and armor? Ah, You're probably the thief in blue. Level 6 defender. I guess I'm calling it level 6, the masterful 6 defender. And you get to go first. Well, that's not terribly fair. We're not going to be able to outrun you. So you're going to get an attack off first. I suppose with that being the case, we will just throw you traps. Well, that ruins that plan. Let's make sure everyone else pulls back behind you as best we can. Oh, we are screwed. You're poisoned, half dead, and I don't know if you're still kind of just being caught in a trap, but yikes. I guess, so he has a skill I've never bothered using to spot traps, and perhaps I ought to. It occurs to me that we keep running into issues with me probably not looking for traps. Obviously we can't during this free turn, unfortunately. But I think we're going to call that good for a turn. Super not excited to be on the ground there. But alright. What are you going to do with your turn? Nothing. You literally just chose to stand there? Why? So let's see. Spot traps. Character reveals traps in their path. When a trap is revealed, the character will automatically stop. So that only helps if we are walking towards them? That's awkward. It is free, so no harm in me using it. Let's have you pull back, unfortunately. You can spot traps now. So
hey,
I send you...
completely inconspicuous rope tied between two sticks.
Okay, so there is a trap there, which I guess we saw. So let's move you forward. And if you instead try and walk this way...
Well, that rope doesn't look suspicious at all.
So that's another trap. We can't get around it. So this whole thing is a trap, which we're all standing on. Awkwardly enough. You actually have extended reach, potentially. I could have you step forward, which is a risk, or do less damage and just attack from where you are. I'm going to say attack from where you are, because I don't trust that there's no more traps here, considering he chose not to move. Alright, that took out most of his shield. I need to get someone else in there to do the rest of the shield damage, which means someone's got to run in. Because our archers probably are going to be blocked. What is your block chance? If we went to one of our archers... 74%, yeah. Do I try sending you in? Where do I think that he has traps set up? Probably not behind him. Hopefully not. But we are walking further, which means we're more likely to hit a trap. There we go. Sure. That's fine. Alright, cleave. There goes your shield. Do I need to be going non-lethal? Can I save mid-combat? You cannot save during combat. I guess that answers that. Yeah. The question of whether... No, we do want you to be using your sling. Yeah. Whether to I'm assuming we want non-lethal. It's gotta be. 77% chance to hit. Let's do a ranging shot. It's really weird that we're having a fight with just one enemy. Like, granted, he put a bunch of traps around himself. Do I go for 265s or just take the 95? I'm gonna go for the 265s. Miss. Then we can have Kettle do a similar thing. Oh no, you moved, so you can only do a 95. You're nearly dead. Roskva, can you finish him off? Yes. No. What was your chance to hit 56? Even with the ranging? Wow. Your accuracy is super trash. Alright, Ice Leaf, you are the last one with a turn, and you can't actually get there. Well, that is a shame. Yeah. And you are poisoned. How much? You're going to take, I think it's usually like 15 or so damage. Let's verify. Are you going to die this turn? 16 to 24 hit points of damage. No. Because you've got, was it 30 something? 38. So you're fine for another turn. I don't need to worry about having you drink your consumable. But we'll have you hang in the back. So I think with that, we're going to end turn. I don't trust moving anyone else forward. We've already got a guy next to him. Ah, bracing your shield. Of course you would. It's fine. You're dead. I used your action. I can cleave through it. And then... Oh, it didn't quite break. Whatever. Nefia can do the extended attack, which will break your shield. Or just kill you. Broke your shield. And then any of us with a bow can finish you off. 95%. Go down. Alright. Is there an event that allows me to capture him? No. I feel like there should have been. But I'm wondering if the game would have expected me to go for a lethal attack, and then that would have triggered the event. No. I don't know. We found the heirloom. That's the main reason. I mean, maybe there's not a way to use these people, but it just seems interesting that a human sacrifice is required, and on the same map, they're providing two different thieves that we need to capture. It just feels too intended. So I guess with that, where's this other Scoundrel's Flight? Let's track you and see where you're at. We go to the map. We don't know where you're at. We have people here. Did we get a name? That is the wrong button. We met a trader out of Yelling who recently had one of his guards run off with some expensive arms and armor. He doesn't care about the man, but wants his equipment back. Find the escaped guard somewhere north of the Scrinage hamlet. Could be here, I suppose. Let's keep exploring the fog. I'm worried we're getting too close to the tomb. And again, I don't want to trigger them to be upset at me. Trying to follow their ways. That is our typical playstyle. Who are you, Danner Ebsen? Because those people look like they might be guarding the tomb, which is why I'm worried to head up there. You, though, are by yourself. The man tugs his axe from a split log and wipes his brow. He turns to face you, scratching idly at his bearded chin. Yeah? Tell me about the area. I don't actually live around here, just come for the lumber. But since you're asking, the boat builder in the cabin north of here is a stand-up sort. He's a bit strange, sure, but he always paid fair and treated me kind. Anything else I should know? He makes a warning gesture with his hand. Stay away from that there barrow. Strange rites and odd noises. Anything else? There's a village to the south. I keep to myself mostly, though. Don't buy into their ways. Anything else? Remember to rest and sharpen your axe. You can work hard without pause and without rest. But the blade will dull and you'll have to work that much harder to reach the same goal. Anything else? We can just keep asking him stuff. Spruce is growing tall and strong this year. Okay, now he's repeating himself. Huh. Got anything valuable on you? I hope that doesn't sound like I'm trying to rob him. But if he's selling something, maybe... The man freezes visibly. What? No, I'm not going to say your valuables or your life. I was just seeing if you were selling anything. Never mind. I'm not going to rob you. Some more herbs there. We're exploring a good portion of the southern part of the map. We haven't run into this runaway guard. So I don't know. You must be the cabin to the north, the boat maker, given the cabin and the boats. Let's see if you know anything. A man wearing the leather apron of a woodworker looks up from a cabbage patch and raises his hand in greeting. Hey, look, sales travelers. Have you come to commission a boat? I'm actually getting a boat built myself, but thanks, you build boats. An almost imperceptible sigh of disappointment. I take that as a no, but that's right. I build the sturdiest, most nimble riverboats on the island. Isleaf crosses his arms. But it's 2 miles to the coast. Aye, but here I'm surrounded by quality timber. Besides, I like the peace of the woods. What of it? How do you sell anything way out here? I don't see why all this is so important to you, but I'll humor you, on the off chance you might actually buy a boat. I have friends in the coastal towns who take the boats off my hands and resell them, and before you ask, they cart them off on carts. On wagons, you see? Apart from that, my boats are just so good people come out here to buy them. Now, will you be buying a boat or not? I do have some questions about the nearby hamlet. Can't tell you much about those folks. I stay clear. Their obsession with the old tomb is unsettling. How do you mean? Talk to them. You'll see. And can you tell me anything about the tomb? It's old. Been here longer than me, at least. Lots of people come out here looking for treasure. Never seen anyone leave rich, though. Yeah, that's not a good sign for us. In fact, a group of men came this way a few days ago asking about the tomb as well. Don't know if they ended up getting in. Why do you keep correcting yourself? He gives you an unhappy look. I'm good with wood. I'm not so good with words. Well, thanks for your time. If you ever need a boat, you know where to find me. Strange. Ooh, is that the top edge of the map? It is. So we've kind of been everywhere. So where is that bodyguard? Or, I guess not bodyguard, just guard. That was supposed to guard the merchant and ran off. Alright, that looks like that's where the tomb's gonna be. It's very different looking. Right, we've got a couple of people here, and I think they said that the guard ran off with a woman. But if he was who we were looking for, I would think that he would have the golden nameplate so that we could talk to him. Oh, there we go. At the sound of branches crunching under your feet, a young man jumps up from the campfire, sword and shield in hand, and challenges you in a voice that is surprisingly gruff for his age. Who's there? You must be Nadolfur. I saw your camp from the road, came to investigate. My name is Alfbjorn Ulfriksons. What are you doing here in the middle of the woods? In the middle of the woods. You must be Nadolfur. The man immediately raises his sword and shield. Is that right? And what are you planning to do about it? I know you're a thief, but are you a murderer? Is that equipment worth taking a life to keep? Is it worth maybe dying for? Good option. Doesn't really help with our plan to kill him for the ritual. I mean, maybe we just need to talk to the leader. Because even if we killed a person, their body's just going to still be lying there. I'm assuming an event will play, but I don't actually know that. Maybe we are already good with the other guy. I don't know. We could just try and stab him with finesse, which we wouldn't succeed at. Strength we super wouldn't succeed at to knock him out. We'll go with the diplomacy. I know you're a thief, but are you a murderer? Is the equipment worth taking a life to keep? Is it maybe worth dying for? Nadolf gives you a long stare, clearly considering the case for and against. His sweetheart wraps her arms around him. Just give him the stuff, Not. You don't need it. You fight just fine without it. Her words completely inflates the young thief. After a moment's hesitation, he throws the sword on the ground at your feet and strips off the armor. Here, tell him I gave it back willingly. Thank you. Oh, that is stealing. I mean, you are a thief. But I don't see a need to steal from you. Oh, we didn't investigate the cart. We just looted the body. What's the deal here? The murderer didn't even bother to retrieve the knife. No sign of the animals that pulled the cart. Yeah. Also, we did pick up some new stuff. The armor and stuff is fine, but this knife is valuable. Who uses a knife? Technically, we do. She uses a knife. Is there anyone else? Not really. Several people have knives equipped. I guess not so much anymore. But you're the one who regularly uses it. So how does this compare to your knife? Shockingly, it is much better. More damage versus flanked enemies. Okay. And we probably would want you flanking people. Yeah, I was assuming it would be these people, since they're hands off. I saw it first. Ooh, here's a juicy one. Huh. But yeah, seeing two people out and about, I assume they'd be the guilty people. Do I push in this way? No, I think that's getting too close to the tomb. Let's return the items for these quests. So we had a merchant down here that we can return the armor and sword to. And then we have the family heirloom kind of on the west side of the map. Small group is still where you last left them. The trader again stands up when you enter their camp. Did you manage to track down that scoundrel Nottle? I found him and brought your equipment back. I found him and dealt with him, but he no longer had your equipment if we wanted to steal it. I found him and brought your equipment back. Trader throws his hands up in triumph. Best news I've heard in weeks. He beams as you return the stolen armor and sword to him, checks it for damage, and stashes it securely among his travel kit. He comes back with 5 fine pelts rolled up under his arms. Thank you, my friend. Now, I did say I would make it worth your while, so here's a stack of hides from the wagon. You earned them. Cool. Met a new faction yelling. Interesting. So, they're naturally against us, which isn't surprising because we know their leader has been repeatedly attacking us. But we can actually improve our faction reputation there. I wonder if we can ever actually get to the point where we're liked by them. I don't know. Seems unlikely. So yeah, I don't know what to do if I can't sacrifice the thief. We left him alive. It should work. But I don't know. Did you find the robber? Do you have my grandfather's figurine? I have it. Here you go. He takes the figurine from you with great care, inspects it for damage, then places it reverently on a nearby shelf. Thank you so much, young man. We couldn't possibly repay you for what you've done. Please, take this old pelt as a token of our eternal gratitude. So, let's see. We got... just one hide there. Yeah, the previous one gave us 5 hides. We're getting a lot of skill points, though. Yeah, I'm sitting at 32 unspent skill points. That's not nothing. I'll need to spend those soon. Oh, camera's facing the wrong way. So yeah, the question now will be, do I go to the sacrifice first, which I could, and probably should, or do I try interacting with the people up here and just see what that does for me? And I think I want to try that first, just to see what the response is. I might save first, just in case it goes poorly. And then we will probably do the actual sacrifice over there. So let's toss down a save. 4 people, 3 men and a woman, stand on either side of the entrance to the passage grave, chatting casually with one another. As if the concept of full-time guards to protect a burial mound in the middle of nowhere isn't unusual enough, they all appear to be uncommonly well armed. All guards draw their weapons when you approach the big stone slabs that block the entrance to the grave. The woman speaks. Hey, look, Sale. What's your business? We do perception, which we will succeed at. I do like now understanding how the math works. Finesse, we would have about a 50-50 chance. Actually, probably better than that, because the medium range is 4 to 7. So unless it rolls no. We're trying to beat it. So if it rolled a 4 or 5, yeah, we would succeed. If they rolled a 6 or 7, it would fail. I'm not just going to stab you. Let's do the perception first. Woman is clad in what looks to be Frankish chain mail. A Jarl would be proud to dress his huscarls in mail like that. All 4 hold swords, but one looks like it might be from the east, while the other is clearly Saxon. So yeah, they've just got a mismatch of equipment that they've acquired in one manner or another. Neither of them has the posture of a trained warrior. In fact, they rather look like farmers stuffed into a suit of armor and given swords instead of hoes. Against whom do you guard this entrance? She shrugs a casual gesture, but her eyes are darting between you and your herdsman. Against everyone who doesn't have permission to enter. How might one gain such permission? A small nod towards the village. Perhaps she doesn't want to expose herself by raising her arm to point. Talk to the Godi, Oddkill, down in the temple. We're looking to get into the grave. Her voice takes on a stiff character, as though she's reciting, "This place is under protection of the underground ones. Only those who seek to pay their respects by way of sacrifice will be granted entry." And what sort of sacrifice? Another nods towards the hamlet. As I explained, you should talk to Oddkel. Alright, we'll go talk to your Godi. Okay, that went about as well as I expected. They didn't attack us on sight, but they did make it clear that we can't go there without a fight unless we've performed the sacrifice first. So let's head down here. I'm hoping this works out the way I think it should, where I've taken out someone, I should be able to offer them. If I don't get blood on my clothes again. Is there really no dialogue log? Because those people all shout at the same time, and it's like, there's no way the game thought people would be able to read that. No, there's just not. Weird. Alright. Odkel. Odkel and his disciples are gathered around a stone altar, all wearing wolf pelts for hoods. The Goaty is preparing an ornate dagger as you come near. Have you chosen your sacrifice? I can't. Really? Offer 3 of your thralls, attack Odkel and his disciples. I've made my choice. Not yet give me time. He gives you a long look. We're patient people, but one shouldn't keep the creatures of the earth waiting. I don't want to sacrifice my thralls, and these people are super sketchy. Like, everyone even nearby says they're super sketchy. I mean, these people, you can tell, probably people have been killing each other and stealing their gear. So it's like offering my 3 thralls in the hopes that it'll all, I don't know, work out, that I won't have to pay. Just feels like a bad call. Where were you guys? And by you guys, I mean the guy that I fought. Trying to remember where that fight took place, where I would find him. Or maybe he's already disappeared because we went in and out of a room. Did that ruin everything? That actually might have. No, might have been here. But again, I'm not seeing a body. So it might have despawned. Yeah. I don't know. Do I just kill the Goaty? Because he's clearly suspicious? Or do I offer 3 thralls? I guess another question is this land belonging to Yelling? I don't think so. But if so, then I would certainly just be willing to sacrifice you. But yeah, the body despawned. So maybe there wasn't a way? It feels weird that there isn't a way to use either of the thieves. Well, I guess maybe something could have worked out if I'd killed the other guy. But rather than just taking his armor and sword. I don't know. Three thralls? Highly valued commodity. Yeah, I know that. Or do I take you guys out because you're super sketchy? Can I talk to you guys? I hope I don't get blood on my clothes again. Okay, we can. You said sacrifices are for the greater good. Are they, though? I hope the underground ones will be pleased. Okay, you guys seem to believe this. It's been too long since the last sacrifice. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger. We've reached the end of the episode time. Next time I'll figure out what I'm going to do with you, Odkel. I'm very tempted to just kill you. But you haven't done anything necessarily wrong to me. You're just creepy and weird. And I think you've been... Yeah, like everyone else nearby, the guy in the house, the merchants walking by, everyone's just like, this town is super messed up. Super weird, stay away from it. So it's like, I don't think any of this is true. I suspect there aren't underground ones. I think you're just robbing people and taking the profits for yourself. But I don't have proof of that. So I don't know. I'll think on it. Thank you all for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.